So I had extra time. And that's when a professor came to me and he was like, hey, like, I think you're really creative. Like, you want to come to my other classes, like business operations and like entrepreneurship. Like, you know, you can do some projects there. And I was like, okay, I'll come. And I joined him, and then we had some homework just to pretend you start a business. So you write a business plan and so on. And then I did that. And that's where Surface came out. And he asked me, like, what, if you had all the time and money in the world, would you do right now, like, as a business? And I told him, I would build a wave pool. You know, that was like in 2015 or something. And he's like, yeah, okay, that's way too big. So what else? What else is there? Something smaller. And I was like, okay, I would make some surf bikinis. Like bikinis that are not going to fall off in the water, because we have that problem, you know. We didn't have too much swimwear to wear when I started surfing in Taiwan. Yeah, we were only like a handful of girls on the entire south part of the island.
Really?
So it's super new, yeah.
Kaohsiung, right?
Kaohsiung.
Is the south part.
Yeah.
Right?
Southwest, yeah.
Okay.
And then in the south, there's Kenting. Yeah.
So is that in Taiwan, that's the best place to surf?
There's many good places to surf, but south is very good. And then also like during winter, the east coast is good.
Seasonal. Yeah. Just like here. Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Same thing. So I started my homework as a project, as, you know, as a class. And then after the class was done, I was like actually on a crowdfunding platform. And
nice.
Then I was so stubborn. I was like, I'm just going to go for it. You know, I'm just going to actually get the money for this project, which I did after 2 months of crowdfunding. And then I made 100 bikinis by hand. And then I shipped those out. And that was the first batch. And it was such a process to learn, because while I was going to school and I had too much time, I was also learning how to sew. I basically found this Taiwanese girl.
Wait, so these are handmade?
Yeah, the first 100 bikinis, actually more. The first 500 bikinis were handmade.
By you? By these hands?
Yeah, these hands and another like older lady's hands. Yeah,
okay.
two women and like some help from like, you know, some friends. Yeah,
that's like, I almost said American dream, but that's not limited to this country. That's like just the hustler's dream.
Yeah,
because crowdfunding. How much did you have to crowdfund to get that first?
So there's actually not really a limit on that platform. It's like Kickstarter, but it's smaller. It's called Flying V's from Taiwan, and I only started with, I think it was like $8,000. Yeah. Okay. And I sold one bikini for $80. So I sold 100 bikinis. Basically, you know, my friends, and then I asked everybody, like, hey, buy a bikini for your wife. Like, I can't promise it's going to be good, but I'm going to give my best.
And boom, you made your money back.
Yeah.
But you probably learned way more in that process.
So yeah.
And then you just kept iterating, you kept doing it to the point that, I mean, if we just fast forward where we are today, what's like the numbers? So, it's not just 100 bikinis, I'm sure.
Oh, no. Now it's like between 3,000 to 5,000 a year that we're making.
Online?
Yeah. Like to produce. Actually, you know what? I'm so bad with numbers. I never actually counted how much we actually make, because we just, you know, we restock.
Right.
And I never actually counted. That's one thing I should do whenever I have like too much time.
Your professor right now is like, damn it, Eileen.
Yeah. No, but like the initial production for every collection, so we have a collection every year, is around 3,000 bikinis.
And you do mostly in store? Because I remember you saying you had a new like in-store front. So like how many locations are we talking? So
we have one. I had a shop, like a retail shop myself, a smaller one, which I also was just working in. It was, you know, it was basically our office with a shop front. And then when I moved to Hawaii, I gave that shop to my first employee. So she took over and she became my retailer basically. And then she opened up a bigger location. So that's the main location in Kaohsiung. But we have other retailers around the island which stock our bikinis. Yeah.
Nice. And so when you're like, for me, a lot of what I learned too is kind of this like, here, now do it type of thing. It sounded like yours started from this, I want to surf. I want to be located next to the beach.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect world situation. What would I do? I would make a wave pool. No? Okay. I'm going to make bikinis then. But it's what you would do. Yeah. Like you wanted bikinis probably because you wanted to surf, right? You wanted to be by the beach. So like all of that based off of what you wanted.
Yeah.
Like your ideal. Yeah. And so would you say like, that's kind of what your avatar of like your perfect, I would say, customer is? Someone kind of like yourself who bases their lifestyle around what like the happy ending, or like what I want it to be versus what I need it to be. It just, I feel like I'm getting a lot of like abundance vibes from you.
Yeah,
like you can like, all right, I want this. Yeah, no, I think surfing and waves, it draws those kind of people anyway.
Yeah, depends on the location maybe too.
I mean, look how common surfing is around the world, right? And then look at the kind of people who surf. I feel like there's this overlap. It's almost like, do surfers surf? Like the chicken or the egg, right? Why do people surf? Is it because you're this kind of person? Or is it like the surf attracts this kind of people? Kind of like jiu-jitsu too. Like a lot of people who do jiu-jitsu, I feel like fit this archetype of a personality. And so to be like a surfer, but then also to be like, I started a business from it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why earlier I said, I feel like you represent like a lot of people who move to Hawaii, kind of in that same vein where like, I want to build a wave pool, right? A lot of people have this rude awakening when they land in Hawaii. Yeah. And they just think of all the good stuff. And they land here and like, oh, it's more expensive than I thought. Like there's A, B, C, D, like it goes on and on.
And we talked about that.
Rude awakening, right?
Yep.
All the time over here, especially.
Yeah.
But I mean, you push through that.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are like, man, that's when I hit you up when I was at the Mana Up. What was that, the event? It was a showcase at the end of the year last year. Yeah. And I was like, Eileen, this is your vibe right here. Yeah. This is I'll plug in. Because I felt that way.
No, I saw it. I saw you online and just showing your own. I'm like, man, we have those kind of events in Taiwan too, and I'm always there. Like I'm surrounded by all kinds of small business owners or just startups or